No sign of life?
None. The window is nice and clean. The dwelling is by no means abandoned.
Did he turn into a chicken? Is that what happened?
Here, chuk chuk chuk.
Welcome back to the excavation of Hobs Barrow. Yeah, it's the first day. Well, technically it's the second day because we already played the first day, but the game named it that, so I'm gonna go with that. I think we can look at our to-do list. We need to find Mr. Shoulder because he was supposed to meet us here, but he never did. I need to find him today to discuss the excavation, and we need to explore Bewley, apparently. Take a look around the area and see what I can find out about Mr. Shoulder and Hobs Barrow. So let's just go and do that.
Good morning, Miss Bateman.
Good day, Stanley.
Already forgot his name, but apparently it's Stanley. I'm not gonna speak to you because I don't wanna. Let's just
Did
go.
you sleep well, Miss Bateman?
Oh, I have to. Well, I guess it would be kind of rude not to. Tell him about the cat. Let's do that.
Not really. I have the rather queer recollection of a cat entering my room last night.
A cat, you say?
Yes, an odd-looking grey one. I must have been dreaming, as I locked the door and windows before I went to sleep. I saw a similar cat in the lavatories while searching for Mr. Tillett.
Ah, Herbert. Oh, he's a harmless thing.
Herbert.
He comes in now and then searching for scraps.
Indeed. Seeing him in the lavatories must have conjured up the strange dream.
The mind is capable of manifesting frightful things, Miss Bateman.
I agree with that. I tried to spook
I'm
me.
happy to report the rain of yesterday has lifted. It's a clear morning outside. Crisp. I've prepared a room for your assistant. What time will he be arriving today?
His train will get in around midday. Kenneth will also be bringing my excavation equipment.
Oh, aye. What does that entail?
Picks, shovels, buckets, lighting and such. He usually packs it in a large crate. Come to think of it, I'll need somewhere to store it.
You're welcome to use the alley behind the inn for any such bulky items.
Bulky items. Is it safe to do such a thing? It's valuable. Sounds capital, thank you. I don't see what the alternative is. Let's just say it's valuable.
Is it safe to do such a thing?
I can assure you the local folk are not thieves, Miss Bateman.
That's not what I...
Now, say nothing more of it.
Thank you, Stanley.
I'll let you get on with your day.
I'll be back with my assistant when he arrives.
It was what I meant, though.
Miss Bateman?
Yes?
Yes.
I've something I wish to get off my chest, as it were.
Do tell.
I've been tossing and turning all night, Miss Bateman. I feel rotten, I really do.
What on earth are you talking about?
As you know, I like to run an honest establishment. And well, I have not been honest with you, lass.
No, you tell
I
me.
do know of Hobs Barrow.
Ah.
You do?
I do. Many here do. There are stories tied to that place, you know. If I've learned anything in this life, it's that some stones are best left unturned. Old Leonard Shoulder is someone to be wary of too.
Oh.
I can't tell you what to do, lass, but you'd best avoid him.
Alright, let's go home then and end the game.
Why must I be wary of Mr. Shoulder?
The man has a certain reputation.
For what?
You've seen it already. Were he here to meet you last night?
No.
Precisely. A man not to be trusted.
Where does he live?
Where does Mr. Shoulder live?
I can't say for sure. As
Oh.
I think I told you last night, he's a quiet man and keeps to himself. He only comes in here to collect his post. Leads me to believe he lives a fair distance away. Certainly not in the village itself.
Might someone around Bewley be able to help me find him?
You could ask around. As I say, lass, Bewley folk mean well. Don't forget that.
Well, they have been kind of rude so far.
Why lie to me about Hobs Barrow?
I know, lass, I know. I feel dreadful.
But why? What are these stories you speak of?
I really can't tell you more. If you insist on visiting that place, you'll have to seek out Mr. Shoulder. He brought you here. He should be the one to tell you.
I must say, Mr. Kemp, this is all quite puzzling.
I agree with that.
I've never let local superstitions stop me in the past. I pride myself on being a woman of logic and reason. I've no time to waste on such matters.
As I say, seek out Mr. Shoulder. He can tell you more.
It's always people who don't believe in ghosts who encounter them, right?
Where is Hobs Barrow?
I don't know. I say that on my mother's grave, Miss Bateman.
I now find that hard to believe.
The moors are vast, lass. I'd tend not to go wandering out there. A grown man could lose himself and not be seen again.
I shall return later.
Good day to you, lass.
Well, I hope so. So everybody warns me not to go to that place, and what am I gonna do? Be stubborn and go anyway. That's gonna end well.
It seems I may be fighting a battle against some sort of local superstition.
Is it
there
superstition?
a single barrow in England that doesn't have some ghastly tale attached to it? Hogwash. All of it.
I doubt
I
it.
have a few hours until Kenneth arrives. I should use this time to find Mr. Shoulder.
Map unlocked. Game saved. Map, cool. Where should I go next? Village Square. Yeah, but that's right there, so that makes no sense. Why do I get an eye? Isn't that weird? Is the game trying to spook me because it's working? Let's speak to the young woman. She looks normal.
Good day.
Hello, miss.
Let's just start with this.
Do you know a man named Leonard Shoulder?
No.
Are you sure?
Yes.
Maybe I should introduce myself.
My name is Thomasina. What's yours?
Betty.
Nice to meet you, Betty. What are you up to?
My brother is practicing his sword fighting technique. And to watch him until he tires himself out.
Sounds boring.
This time last month it were all about his teaspoon collection. This month it's swords.
What do you know of Hobs Barrow?
Our parents don't like us talking to strangers, miss.
So you know of it?
No.
Are you sure?
Yes.
Goodbye.
Bye, miss.
Liar, liar. Does the kid know?
Hello?
Yes?
Have you heard of Hobs Barrow?
What's that?
A local burial mound.
Our parents don't let us wander far from the village.
What's a burial mound?
Don't you mind about that, Douglas?
It's kind of weird to ask a kid. Let's just
Goodbye.
go.
Goodbye, miss.
I mean, how old is he? Like 5 or
door.
something? Oops. I didn't want to go there, but what are you saying? Door? Can I just knock on them?
I don't think anyone is home.
Window?
A storeroom of some kind. It's rather empty. A storeroom.
Black?
Royal Mail. Postmaster's residence. This must be the local post office.
Alright, well, I don't need that right now, I think. I don't know. Just knock on every door?
No one here.
I don't think that will work. What about the church? Someone here. Old woman.
Hello?
Good day. Would you like to buy one of these cakes, pet?
I have no money. What kind of cakes do you have?
What kind of cakes do you have?
I have some lovely Bakewell puddings. The sweetest marriage of almond and jam. I can tell you're not from around here, because if you were, you would know about my Bakewell puddings. They are quite famous.
Alas, I'm not carrying any money with me.
That's unfortunate, pet. I'm sorry. I can't give them away for free. The money goes to the church, you see, and one cannot shirk one's duty to the church.
I understand.
Introduce myself.
My name is Thomasina. What's yours?
Mrs. de Plancy.
A pleasure to meet you, Mrs. de Plancy.
Likewise, pet.
Let's just ask her about things she probably won't want to answer.
Do you know a local man called Leonard Shoulder?
Yes, I know Leonard.
Oh, that surprises
What
me.
business do you have with him?
It's a long story, but I'm trying to find where he lives.
I'm afraid I don't know, dear. Father Roach has access to the parish register. He might be able to help you.
Cool. Thanks.
What do you know of Hobs Barrow?
Hobbs, what?
Hobs Barrow, a local burial mound.
The only place of burial I know about and care for is in this very churchyard.
Let's ask about Father Roach. I can ask two things. What can you tell me about him? Where can I find him? Well, he's in the church. You just said that, right?
What can you tell me about Father Roach?
He is a lovely man and an exemplary servant of the Lord. He's been the vicar of St. Edmund's for many years.
Well, let's just ask where I can find him.
Where can I find Father Roach?
At this time of day, he'll be taking his exercise in Herne Wood, to the west of the village.
Oh,
Thank you. I'll go find him.
Be sure to listen out for his merry whistling. Such a jolly man.
alright, so she never told me where he was, I guess. Bye.
Thank you for your time.
Lord be with you.
Memorial. Why are all these flowers dancing, by the way? Is that like supposed to be
In
wind?
memory of Percival Roach. In memory of Romeo Hegg, dearly missed by his beloved Juliet.
I'm not gonna read them all. I'm gonna do that when I need to, if the game tells me to. West. So this is the wrong way, but I'm gonna go here anyway. Oh, this is exit. I don't think that's smart to do.
I'd better not touch them. They could be poisonous.
Why are they in a circle though? Isn't that suspicious? A bench. And now, am I just taking a break? No. Yeah, she does nothing until I click, so. That is funny though. Let's go back. Because you don't need one because she just woke up. Oh, I can double click. That's handy. Well, apparently not all the time. Can I go in here? I can.
Goodness me, look at these box pews. I've never seen any as tall as that before. Most unusual architecture, even for the Normans.
Funny. Necklace.
Someone has left a necklace hanging here.
Ticket.
A silver cross. Sterling by the look of it. Maybe I can reunite it with its owner.
Yeah. Probably the owner will help me if I do.
The flowers have long since dried out. I don't want them.
No, but you could replace them maybe.
A memorial list of former vicars. They stretch back several hundred years. I've no time for such things.
What were you gonna do?
This must be where the local vicar sacrifices the newborns.
What?
The pews are contained within compartments that can be locked. I've seen a similar design in other Norman churches around England, but this is a particularly impressive example. Locked. Locked as well. I think they all might be.
Weird, isn't it? What a weird town. Let's just go. But she said to the west. Oh, right, I'm not there yet. What's this?
It's locked.
Yeah, I don't know. I hear him though. But where is he? This way? Here he is. Oops. Are you okay? What are you doing? I'll just wait for him to be done.
I'm very sorry. Oh, the shame. This malaise will not pass. Oh, the nausea. I need your help, young lady.
Tell me what you need.
Let the blood from my arm.
What?
Excuse me?
Cut me. I beg you.
Do I have something to cut him with? Spectacles? Are these yours?
Ouch! The broken lens is extremely sharp.
Oh, that's what I need though. But do I need something? Glove. Use with.
Perhaps I shouldn't risk soiling this glove until I find its owner.
Oh, come on. What then?
This handkerchief was a gift from my mother. I hope she will understand.
Oh, that you will do.
This should work.
Broken glass. Use with him. Oops. Use broken glass with Vicar.
Are you sure you want me to do this?
Yes, it will cure me of my ills.
Because that's normal.
I shall do as you ask, Father.
Did I kill him?
Thank the Lord for my spare pair. God bless you.
What is going
I
on?
already feel quite better.
I'm glad, Father.
The rapid healing properties of bloodletting cannot be overstated. I'm Frederick Roach, Vicar of St. Edmund's Church.
Yeah, I guess that.
My name is Thomasina Bateman. It's a pleasure to meet you.
Well, pleasure, wouldn't say that. What is going on with you? Are you feeling better? Are you not gonna ask what that was?
Are you feeling better?
Yes, thank you.
What ails you, Father Roach?
I just ate a rotten berry, that's all.
That's a lie.
I like to pick blackberries for my supper, you see. They are quite delicious, as long as you mind the bramble. My apologies again. I wish we had met in different circumstances.
Yeah, me too. So were you born here? I think he was.
Are you from Bewley originally?
I was born in our very own St. Edmund's. It's quite the story.
Is it?
Do tell.
My mother was sheltering there as a frightful tempest raged. And lo, did her waters break right there and then in that pew.
One could say that you were born into your role, Father.
Indeed. When my mother told me the story as a young boy, I knew that this was my calling.
Alright, what did I need him for again? Right, where he lives. I'm looking for him.
I'm looking for Mr. Leonard Shoulder.
Oh, yes? Are you a relative?
No, it's a long story, but he invited me to Bewley.
And he didn't tell you his address?
He was to meet me last night at the Plough and Furrow, but he never came.
I see. Well, let me welcome you to Bewley on his behalf.
Oh, that's nice.
Thank you, Father.
You're the first one who does that.
Do you know where Mr. Shoulder lives?
Let me think. It's been many moons since I've paid him a visit.
Perhaps you could allow me to take a look at the parish register.
No need. I remember it now. A fair hike across the moors.
Could you please give me directions?
I'll take you there myself. It's the least I can do after you aided me so.
Capital.
I agree
Thank you.
with that.
Just let me know when you're ready to pay him a visit. I'll be resting here for the time being.
Do I need to ask him other things as well? Let's just go, because I want to meet him.
I'm ready to go to Mr. Shoulder's house.
Excellent. I feel the fresh air will do me well. Follow me.
Am I gonna remember the way? Because he's gonna leave and I need to go back, right?
Good morning, Father.
Good morning, Mrs. Duplancy. Mrs. Duplancy, this is Thomasina Bateman.
She
A
knows.
visitor to our parish.
We've already had the pleasure of meeting, Father.
Excellent. Miss Bateman, don't hesitate to try one of Mrs. Duplancy's wonderful cakes.
Yeah, but I can
Yes,
pay.
I've heard about her famous Bakewell puddings.
I'll be here all day, young lady. But remember, once they're gone, they're gone. Those little whelps have already gobbled up all the gingerbread.
You are doing God's work, Mrs. Duplancy.
He smiles upon us, Father.
Miss Bateman, if you'd like to follow me.
Really, baking cakes is doing God's work? Good to know. That sounds easy enough.
Let's talk of graves, of worms, and epitaphs. Make dust our paper, and with rainy eyes,
Oh, it becomes
write
creepy.
sorrow on the bosom of the earth. Let's choose executors and talk of wills.
What?
Shakespeare?
What are you doing?
Quite.
Oh,
Which play?
I don't know. I didn't even recognize it. What's that? Hamlet, I think. Is it Macbeth?
Macbeth.
Magnificent guess, Miss Bateman. But I'm afraid that passage is from Richard II.
Oh, I don't know that one.
Studying the work of the bard is one of my favourite pastimes. Follow me.
Because that's not a way to go over to just start out of nowhere. Oh, the bench. I've been here.
Behold, the vast expanse of God's creation. The moors extend as far as the mortal eye can see. Beautiful, is it not?
I think it is in real life, yeah. Is it based on a real place, this? Because the landscape around there must look like this, right? The most beautiful, I find them rather desolate. Beauty's in the eye of the beholder. Let's just say this.
Indeed, the moors are beautiful.
The beauty of God's creation is that it takes so many forms. How can one take in such a view and not have faith? Some look at these moors and think this a godless land. But I tell you, he is found in all domains. The Lord's work is all about us. Tell me, Miss Bateman, do you believe in God?
I don't know, does she? Tell the truth. Father Roach seems prepared to hear it lie. You might want to avoid a tense situation. Well, we have to walk like a long distance, don't we? Let's just lie. Although, do we want to lie to a vicar? Won't Dad send us to hell or something? I don't know. But I don't want to... Oh, it's tricky. Well, maybe he'll try to convince me and he'll take it well.
I was brought up Anglican. The church was an important part of my early life, Father Roach. But what happened to my father eventually made me question things.
If you don't mind me asking, my child, what happened to your father?
He had an accident when I was very young.
We didn't know that, did we? Oh, flashback.
Come along now, Thomasina. Let's get out of the rain. Remember what I told you, all right? Be a good girl. People are unwell here. They don't want to hear you running about making noise. Understood?
Yes, Mother.
Good. And don't annoy the nurses.
I promise I won't.
So what?
Good. Now, let's see your father.
I don't know, sounds like a challenge to me. Uh-oh. That didn't end well, I guess.
Daddy, wake up! Mummy? Mummy?
Good evening, Mr. Bateman. Hello, little one. You must be Thomasina?
Yes.
My name is Nurse Blaketon. I just need to talk to your mummy for a little bit. I'm sorry to disturb you, Mrs. Bateman. Mrs. Bateman?
Will he ever talk again, Nurse Blaketon?
The doctor is uncertain, Mrs. Bateman. There is the possibility that Mr. Bateman won't regain any movement at all.
Honestly, I thought he was gone already.
But we will do our utmost to look after Mr. Bateman here at Ticehurst, ma'am. He will have a nurse by his side at all times, I can assure you.
What's wrong with him then? Do we know?
What sort of god would allow this fate to befall such a kind and honest man?
I'm sorry to hear this. God moves in mysterious ways, but he loves us all. Come along now.
Right, he took that very well, I guess, and we got a flashback, so... Win-win. Oops.
Hello? She scampered off in a hurry. Who was that?
Some primitive folk make their home out on the moors. I suggest you keep your wits about you when you are exploring. And don't stray too far from Bewley.
I see. How much farther to Mr. Shoulder's house?
Still quite a walk, I'm afraid. But we'll get to him soon enough. Now then, take a look at this.
What? Oh,
Legend has it that this cairn has stood here for over 1,000 years.
How remarkable.
The Devil's Toe.
I beg your pardon?
That's what it's called. The Devil's Toe.
Oh, I see.
Come now, onward.
so he's a tour guide as well. That's interesting. Thank you.
We walked and walked across that vast, featureless landscape.
Oh, right, I need to click. I keep forgetting.
All the while, Father Roach was whistling away merrily. Just as I had begun to wonder if we were hopelessly lost, a building emerged from the mist.
So wait a minute, that figure tells us not to stray too far away from Bewley, and yet we have to walk like miles and miles to get to some home for a mister who invited us. How are we not gonna stray if we need to go to places like that?
Mr. Shoulder's cottage.
He has chickens.
Here we are, Miss Bateman. Unless my memory fails me completely, this is Mr. Leonard Shoulder's house.
I bet he's
Thank
not
you for your
home.
help, Father Roach.
Now, no need to thank me after your providential assistance today. However, I have something to ask you.
Yes?
Please don't tell Mrs. Duplancy about my little scene in the woods.
Why not?
She will only fret. The poor dear woman has enough on her mind as it is.
I shan't mention it.
Thank you.
If I ever find my way back, that is.
You better see if Mr. Shoulder is in.
Yeah. Is he? Because I'm not gonna stay here on my own, am I?
Mr. Shoulder? Is Thomasina Bateman here? I'm here in Bewley as discussed.
Time to go home. He's
Maybe
not
try
there.
again. His hearing probably isn't the best at his age. No sign of life?
None. The window is nice and clean. The dwelling is by no means abandoned.
Did he turn into a chicken? Is that what happened?
Here, chuk chuk chuk.
Don't encourage them.
Mr. Shoulder, are you home?
Guess not. And we get
It
spooky
appears
sounds.
Mr. Shoulder is not at home.
Didn't I say that?
Curses.
No. what?
Perhaps you could try the handle?
Is
It's
it open?
locked.
No.
I've no desire to lug a block of wood.
I never wanted you to. I wanted you to go this way.
Slightly damp.
I have a similar one myself. So very warm.
Too much information.
The trousers feel damp, freshly hung, or still wet from last night's rain.
What's this, a glove?
That glove looks familiar.
It does, I have the other one.
I wonder if it matches the glove I found behind the plough and furrow.
Can I do this? Glove with glove.
The gloves are a pair. Does this mean Mr. Shoulder was in the alley last night? Why didn't he come inside to see me?
Did he disappear?
Perhaps he's gone for a stroll.
Possibly.
Yeah, right.
I'd suggest you call back later, my child. I myself must make my way back home. I have some matters to attend to at the church. Shall I accompany you back to Bewley?
Yes, please do. You go ahead, I'd like to look around. Let's go, mate. Yeah, I'm not going back on my own.
Let's go.
As I say, my child, Mr. Shoulder will make himself known. Do not lose faith.
I'm rather frustrated by this situation.
And
Now, things move at a slower pace out here. Something you may not be so accustomed to. Come now, Miss Bateman.
Slower pace or deadly
Well,
pace?
Mr. Shoulder, you've brought me to Bewley, and now you're nowhere to be found.
Yeah, that's not nice. Why don't we just go home and have a nice cup of tea or something?
As we trudged silently back to Bewley across those cold moors, I made a new resolution. I would find Hobs Barrow myself, with or without Mr. Shoulder.
Why? Why are you so stubborn?
The train! That must be Kenneth.
Kenneth?
My assistant.
I see. Well, Miss Bateman, I really must attend to some other matters. I hope Mr. Shoulder finds his way to you.
Thank you for your help, Father Roach.
My pleasure.
I think-
Parting is such sweet sorrow.
I think he never will. Enough Shakespeare. Romeo and Juliet?
Romeo and Juliet.
Correct.
Correct.
But I shall say good night till it be morrow. Lord be with you.
That was a good guess then. Thank you for watching. Curious what happens next? Subscribe to my page so you don't miss anything.